Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q2 FY21 conference call performance discussion of AIMCO Pesticides Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Sayam Pokarnam from the Investment Lab. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Stephen. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are well. Welcome to the Q2 FY21 earnings conference call of AIMCO Pesticides Limited. From the management, we have with us Mr. Sameer Dave, Executive Director, Mr. Ashit Dave, who is the Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Hiren Shah, Purchase Manager of the company. The investor presentation for the Q2 has already been uploaded on the stock exchange and has been emailed to you all. In case if anyone does not have a copy of the same, please do write to us and we will be happy to send it over to you. Before we begin this call, I would like to remind you all that everything said on this call that reflects any outlook for the future, which can be construed as a forward-looking statement, must be viewed in conjunction with the uncertainties and risks that we face. These uncertainties and risks are included but not limited to what we have mentioned in our annual reports and filed with the exchanges. With that said, I would now like to hand over the call to Mr. Ashit Dave for a brief overview, post which we can begin the Q&A session. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending the presentation for Q2 FY21 performance review of AIMCO Pesticide Limited. The second quarter, as we had expected, we improved on the performance of the company from the first quarter of this year as well as the second quarter of last year. The focus was on improving profitability and readjusting the product basket, product mix so that the profitability can be improved. And due to overcoming challenges due to the COVID situation, we had to focus on new markets, new business segments to ensure that the performance of the company is not very adversely affected. We have been able to achieve most of the targets which we had set for the second quarter, though we would have even liked it to be even better than this, but hopefully in Q3 and Q4 we'll be able to perform even better. The current year second quarter we have observed some increase in profitability, EBITDA margins over the past Q1 quarter of this year also and Q2 of the last year also. That has mainly been possible because of certain shift in our focus of business and rearrangement of products. As far as demand of agrochemicals is concerned, the worldwide demand has been improving consistently over the past few months, and Indian demand is concerned. India had a very good monsoon this year, so the local demand was very strong, and everyone experienced increase in domestic sales in the first half of this year. And the second season, which is Rabi season, is also expected to be very good, and we expect this growth to continue over the second season as well. And as far as CapEx is concerned, we had very small capex planned this year for some bottlenecking of the production facility as well as investment in enhancement of our effluent treatment plant. Both the projects are on as scheduled. The debottlenecking of the production facility is almost completed. We are about 1 month behind schedule. We expected the capex to be completed by October, but we now target it to be completed by about second week December, and January onwards we will have the additional production available. And looking at second half of this year, we expect a small growth over the total income as compared to last year, but much better profitability, with much better profitability. And apart from this, I don't have anything else to add. I can take up questions if there are any specific questions with respect to financials of the company.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Navid Virani from Concept Invest. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Navid.
So, sir, my first question is on the operating margin. So we have seen one of the best operating margins in roughly 10-11 quarters. So just wanted to understand if this trend is expected to continue, or there is some one-off involved here, and which will normalize once situation normalizes.
We expect this to continue over the third quarter and fourth quarter as well. This has, I'll take you back that how we could achieve. We had decided that we will reduce some of our low contributing business and concentrate on selling of branded products, branded formulation and technicals, which are having higher profit margins. And because of our shift in the strategy, we were expecting some reduction in the top line, but we wanted to ensure that we improve our margins, and because of that, we see this improvement in the EBITDA margins, and we expect this to continue over at least next 2 quarters, and then even improve upon this.
Okay. Sir, my next question is, so as you mentioned in your opening remarks that our debottlenecking plan is well on track. So just wanted to understand in terms of output, tonnage output, what is the present scenario and what will be the scenario after this debottlenecking exercise finishes?
I'll just give you a brief that at the moment our tonnage-wise production of technical is about 200 to 225 tons per month, and after debottlenecking we will go to 300 tons per month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sir, lastly, just wanted to understand on the proposed ban for 27 agrochemicals which women. What is the update there, if you can share?
There is unfortunately not more update on the situation. It remains standstill. Once the draft notification was published by the government, all the concerned parties, including companies as well as the associations of companies, has written to the government raising objection, and now the process is that the ministry will call each party who has raised the objection and do a hearing. So that remains to be done, and it's a process which can normally take 6 to 8 months once it starts. But at the moment, the government has not yet started anything. This is mainly primarily because, the kind of response which came from the industry for against the banning of 27 products. The government is also thinking of relooking at the decision, and it's still at a discussion stage. So there are no dates as yet for any further action on the subject.
Understood, sir.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you and all the best, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Shankar Datta from an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity and congratulations on good set of numbers.
Hi, Shankar. Thank you.
Sir, can you please throw some light on the performance and outlook of your business vertical, like for technical, branded formulation and bulk formulation?
We manufacture technical, then we have branded formulation sales also, and both the technical as well as branded formulation sales, we have a local market and export market. Now, if I give you a divide, almost 60% of our product, we have export business of technical as well as formulation products, and then we have some trading business, but that trading business has been reduced, and so right now we are concentrating on increasing our technical sales and branded formulation sales.
Okay, and sir, do you see demand normalization in our export market, which was earlier
in export? Yeah, in export market we did see a reduction in demand due to the COVID situation. A lot of customers did not want to take delivery of the orders which were already placed, but it has slowly started improving, and now we are executing new orders. It is not as back to normal as last year, but you can say it's almost 70% of recovery is there in the demand of export business. But fortunately, we had a very good Indian season, agriculture season, and so again some of the drop in sales in export segment has been covered by increase in sales in domestic market.
Yeah, that's good, sir.
Yeah.
And sir, as we can see from our half-year balance sheet, you have made further investment in product registration.
Yes.
So of almost 1.4 crore in the H1.
Yes.
So how much more of this can we expect in the second half?
Second half will also be almost same because the registration expenses are already decided at the beginning of the year, and as the projects are put for data study. So the payment progress and all these is already decided from beginning. So for this year, we will have an equal amount in the second half also.
And sir, for next 2 to 3 years, what would be the product registration number?
Next year, we plan to invest even higher amount in product registration because we have 3 new product registrations which we have planned for next year. So it will be almost about, say, 50% higher than this year's figure.
Okay, that's good, sir. And sir, lastly, I want clarification on your capex. You mentioned 4 to 5 crore of capex this year in plant towards effluent treatment plant. So does this amount include investment towards product registration, or it is separate?
No, that is separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great, sir.
Yeah.
Best of luck, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Saurabh Manot from TVM app. Please go ahead.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Hi. Hi. Thanks for scheduling this call and congratulations on good set of numbers.
Thank you.
I have three questions. The first one is the product approvals. I believe the company is registering in new economies. So when can we start expecting the approvals?
Okay. So as far as approvals are concerned, we are applying for new product registrations in countries like Brazil, US, Australia, and these are the main countries where we are applying, Philippines and some Southeast Asian countries also. But some of the countries we have already started receiving registrations for the new products which we have started manufacturing, and some products which we want to start manufacturing later on. In countries like Brazil, we expect the first registration to start coming out from 2021. And then there is a queue. So there are 4 products applied. So one will come out in 21, another in 22, 23. So that way there is a queue of products which we have already applied. And at the same time, we are in process of applying fresh registrations next year also. So it's a queue which normally works in many countries.
Okay. So would it be prudent to expect some approvals earlier next year or something?
In second half next year, yes. Earlier could have been possible if, in this current situation, at least for 4 or 5 months, none of the registration departments in any countries were working. So only now, from last 2 months, we have started receiving feedbacks from countries like Brazil asking for some additional data if they require. So such kind of feedback. So I would expect that by second half next year we can expect some registrations to get clear.
Great. My second question is regarding the interest burden, which is increasing last 3 years. So this, what are company's plans on reducing this the interest component, which created some dent in the profits?
In fact, this year we had decided that we will start reducing debt from this year Q3 onwards, but because of this current situation, we had decided not to do that, and in fact, because of small investment in the capex in the plant, we borrowed a very small amount, 2 crore rupees more for capex, and so that has resulted some increase in finance cost. But there is a one-time finance cost which has come in this quarter, second quarter, is of closure of some of the advance authorizations which we had taken for export of our products, against which we had imported some raw materials without payment of duty. And due to reduction in demand in export market, we were not going to complete those export targets which were planned against those advance authorizations. So once you close those licenses, we have to pay certain interest component on the duty payment of those raw materials. So it's a one-time payment which we have incurred this quarter. Next quarter on will not be there.
All right. Thanks a lot. And my last question is regarding the pledge. So the revocation of the pledge, when can we expect that?
That we are working on right now. We are in discussion with some banks to take over this facility, and not including the promoters shares pledge in this takeover deal. So, but that is not yet final. We are working on that. So we plan to, get the pledge removed as soon as possible. Hopefully by end of this year, we'll be able to switch the finance and get rid of this pledge.
Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ayush Mittal from Mittal Analytics. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ayush.
Sir, in reference to the earlier question of the interest cost, if we see the interest cost has increased quite a lot in this quarter and it has increased in June also.
Yeah.
So can you share what was that, how much was the one-time charge that you mentioned? Because if you look year on year, half yearly, it is from 80 lakh, it has increased to 3 crore.
Yeah. In both quarters, in first quarter and second quarter, there were certain payments made in June and certain interest payments made in September this year. So both quarters put together, if you take out the one-time cost, it is about 2 crore rupees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And sir, you mentioned about the debottlenecking. In reference to that, what kind of, which of your key products do you expect to produce with the additional capacities that you will have? And by when should we see those benefits coming in?
This plant debottlenecking, our just final some finishing work is going on, and we expect it to be finished by middle of December, and production will start from January for the additional capacity which we have planned. And that will be mainly for product triclopyr, which is a herbicide for export. So we already have planned and taken commitments for shipments from January to March for triclopyr, keeping in view the additional production availability.
Okay. And this product used to be, I think, volatile in terms of the demand.
Yes, it was volatile, and it is a volatile product. But this year we have been able to tie up for some large quantities to be supplied on a regular basis.
Okay.
Yeah, to bring some stability and planned income.
And what kind of margins do you expect on it? Like the margins can be double digit overall as you do that?
At the moment, it is in double digit. It's gross margins are much higher than last year. But up to March, yes, it will be. But beyond March, I don't know what happens. It's always a volatile situation. But keeping in view what we have in our hand, I can confirm that up to March we have those orders in hand.
Okay. So any new products that you plan to launch in this year with the new capacity coming in?
With this capacity, no new production of a new molecule. But next year we will introduce a new molecule for domestic and export market as well.
And for that, you will have to build more capacity, or you will replace some product?
No, the next year what we want to introduce is an insecticide for which we don't have to invest in a new facility. We will use the same facility to manufacture that molecule.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. The next question is from the line of Manish Jeb from HSBC. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks sir, for the opportunity. And congrats for the numbers as well. Most of my questions have already been answered.
Okay.
I just wanted to have your view on the percentage-wise revenue split from maybe Indian markets and the export markets, and how do you see them shaping up going forward?
Export is about 60% of the top line, and we expect to maintain the same, though we experience some reduction in demand from export market in the first half of this year. But since last few months, we have seen substantial improvement in demand, and we expect that second half we'll be able to make up and maintain the same 60% export revenue.
Okay. And you won't be able to comment on maybe of order book after March as of now?
Order book as of March is looking good for export. Because since you have to plan in advance, customers are also buying material in advance. So for exports, it is looking very good. We almost have more than 50% of our planned export already booked. But local domestic market, we have to wait till December and see how it moves. But we expect it to be very good since we've had a good monsoon spread all across the country, and the water levels in all the reservoirs are at a very healthy level. So we expect the Rabi season also to perform very well.
Sure, sir. Thanks so much, sir. That is from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. The next question is from the line of Shanti Patel from Shanti Patel Investment Advisors. Please go ahead.
Sir, I just wanted to know, after this debottlenecking, our turnover in last quarter will go up, right?
Yes.
How much will be turnover in last quarter, and what will be the PAT margin in terms of percentage on thereon?
With the increased production, what we are expecting in the last quarter, the turnover will go up by about 20 crore rupees in the last quarter.
No, but sir, what will be the expected total turnover in last quarter?
Last quarter we expect it to be about 60 crore, but that it depends on the other local domestic market demand also. But we expect it to be about 60 crore rupees.
And what will be our PAT margin thereon?
PAT margin, I think we will be able to continue the same margin levels of Q2 over the next 2 quarters and improve upon these margins. That's what we have planned.
No, I mean expected, which improvement?
Yeah. So
how much?
Same as Q2. That is the target, and we want to even improve upon the profit margin.
So then what will be the return on capital employed? Return on equity for the last quarter?
I have not worked out that number for the last quarter.
For total, let us go totality, if you worked out.
In totality, we will be able to improve upon the numbers of last quarter of the last year, and we will be able to at least maintain this profitability of Q2 over the next 2 quarters.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Something?
No, it's why I'm little not very keen on giving the exact number is because there are a lot of variables, how the local demand happens, what happens to export market of the rest of the quantity. So the target is always to improve.
No, that's fine. Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. The next question is from the line of Agastya Dave from CEO Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving me the opportunity. Sir, I'm very new to your company. I've not researched it in great detail.
Okay.
Sir, could you please answer 2 questions? One is, what are your strongest points in terms of your capabilities? Where do you excel in? Which specific areas?
The first part of your question I got. What are the strongest point of the company? What was the second?
So second question is that based on your current capacity, so I believe you mentioned 200 to 225 tons per month, which would go to 300 tons per month post debottlenecking. How much are you utilizing today? And once you, can you immediately start producing 300 tons? It seems that is the case, given what you said just now. So what is the peak, if you're not utilizing the entire capacity, what is the peak revenue that you can generate, given the best possible product mix? Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. See, if right now we are already at 200 tons per month capacity, which is right now the optimum full capacity production, we did experience a slowdown in April, May, June, where the production numbers had come substantially down. But now we are back at full capacity, and January onwards, we plan to go to 300 tons. That, your question was that whether it will take time. No, from January itself we will go to 300 tons per month, because this is just debottlenecking. It's not a new process or a new production. So it is planned for going to 300 tons per month from January. And as far as your first question was concerned, what are the strongest point of the company? I would give you 2 points. Number one, we are very strong in manufacturing capabilities. So we handle difficult processes and manufacture some of the products with the highest quality standards, with which we can compete with most of the Chinese manufacturers who are having 3 times, 4 times the capacity of what we have, but we still manage to export 60% of our production and compete with the other manufacturers. So that is our first strong point. And the second strong point is that our ability to register new molecules and get into markets which needs a lot of data generation and registrations of the product, which are difficult. So we have a very good registration department who continuously works on getting new registrations all over the world. Because, like pharma, you cannot export your product unless you have the registration of your product in that country.
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
Correct. Sir, may I ask a follow-up?
Yeah.
So what's your major raw material? Do you start with very basic materials like, let's say, benzene, toluene level materials, or you do only 1 or 2 steps before the final technical product?
No, we don't start with the basic raw materials. We buy intermediates from India and from China, and those intermediates are imported, and then we do the further process, and 4 to 5 steps processes are there. Different product needs different process, and then manufacture the products. We don't start from the basic raw material.
Got it, sir. Thank you very much for answering my question, sir. All the best. Take care, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. The next question is from the line of Shanti Patel from Shanti Patel Investment Advisors. Please go ahead.
Sir, just I want clarification. Since you told importing raw material from China, what is the percentage of that?
Mr. Patel?
Are you getting my voice?
Audio is not clear, Shanti bhai. So.
Okay. 8 minutes. 1 minute. Now, is it okay?
Yeah, now it is okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to know what is the proportion of Chinese raw material that we are using to manufacture our product. How much is the dependence on China?
At the moment, our almost 50% of our raw material comes from China, and which used to be more than about 70%. We have consistently started to bring it down, and we have achieved some target. And by the end of the year, we still want to bring it down to about 35 to 40%. And we are developing another Indian sources, and we have two suppliers from India who are manufacturing these intermediates and supplying to us. But it's a process of 2 years, so we have to keep on working on it and eventually bring it down to zero.
Agree, but suppose by any circumstances the import from China stops, what will be the impact on our price and
correct
competitive courage?
Correct. We have
competitive.
Yes, we have looked at this scenario, whether in some eventuality where the imports stop from China. So we have addressed this situation with two solutions. One solution is we are carrying higher inventory than normal levels, and we always have stock of these key raw materials for 3 to 4 months inventory we are carrying, exactly for this reason. And number two, we have developed Indian source of the same raw materials which we can procure from India, and by using both the strategies, we can minimize the impact on our production if in any eventuality something happens from products coming in from China.
Oh, right, sir. But suppose we have to substitute the local material, then what will be the impact on our competitiveness in the market? Because the raw material prices may vary.
No. It at the cost-wise, both Chinese supplies and Indian supplies are comparable in cost. It is question of capacity. So the Indian production does not have the enough capacity to cater to the whole demand of Indian requirement, but cost-wise they are very comparable with China.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ankit Gupta from Bamboo Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir, thanks for the opportunity. Also, just wanted to check, how have been the prices of technicals over the past 3 to 6 months? Have they come down, and how much has been the reduction in prices? If you can talk about that.
It is very product specific, but in general term, if I can tell you, is that technical prices were consistently going up for the month of April, May, June, just because simply because there was a big demand supply gap. Most of the factories were not functioning at full capacity, so the supply was very constrained. But once all the factories started almost at full production capacity, the prices have started softening up, and from August, September, October, we have seen some reduction in some of the molecules, whereas some of the molecules prices have remained constant. Some molecules have started softening down, and the prices have come down, but it's always a mix.
Sure.
But generally, yes, there is a reduction.
If I have to compare on a year-on-year basis, let's say, how the prices were in September, October last year vis-a-vis this year.
Year-on-year, the prices are still higher than last year.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. As there are no further questions, I now hand the conference over to Mr. Sayam Pokarna for closing comments.
Thank you everyone for joining in on the call. If there are still any queries, you can always write them to me at sayam@theinvestmentlab.in. And once again, thank you for joining the call.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of AIMCO Pesticides Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.